So when I started my business, I went through a goal-setting exercise. This is something you might want to take on. I think it's super powerful. I went through a goal-setting exercise, and there's many ways to set goals, but the exercise that I learned, that I did, was to set the biggest goals I could think of that I could actually believe were possible for me. So thinking big, but things that I actually thought were possible for me. And I had all kinds of goals. I listed, they were, I had business goals, I had income goals, I had relationship goals, I had health goals. And what was crazy, so this is in the 90s when I first started my business. And it's amazing how modest, when I look back at those goals, because I've still got those, how modest they were. And another crazy thing was that within just a very few years, maybe 3 years, I hit every single goal on the list. So there's a certain power in setting goals or reviewing them. And that's like a whole nother video, another course, frankly. But there was one goal I didn't hit on that list. There was one goal I didn't hit. And the years went by, and then the decades went by. And I still hadn't hit that goal. And that goal was, I was super passionate about kayaking, about whitewater kayaking, about floating down rivers in a kayak, wild rivers in a kayak. It was a big passion of mine. And I had a goal to paddle in Central America during the winter, because I lived in Colorado. In the middle of winter, the rivers aren't running. There's a lot of snow and ice. And I wanted to go paddling in the middle of the winter down in Central or South America where it was warm, where the rivers were warm, where I could get a break from the winter. So I had that goal. And for whatever reason, I never achieved that goal. I never checked that box until now. So right now, I am actually in Costa Rica. I have been down here for about a week and a half, went paddling, and I actually brought folks from my mastermind group down here. We took them on the river. They were in rafts. I was in a kayak one day and a raft another day. But we actually got to not just go paddling down here and be on a wild river in a beautiful, the Pequari River for those paddlers out there, unbelievably beautiful river. But I got to take my clients. I got to take my mastermind group. This was a work trip. Was coming down here paddling. I just have so much gratitude for where my life is now compared to like when I was first starting out. And I was setting those goals and I was dreaming big, or at least what felt big at the time. But to think that I not only hit those goals, I'm not only able to come paddling down here and fulfill this dream, but I get to bring my second family, my mastermind down here, and let them experience what it's like to be on the river. Let them experience what it's like to be in a rainforest, surrounded by nature, surrounded by just quiet, to disconnect, to sleep, to take naps in hammocks, to go to sleep to the sound of the river, the sound of the rainforest. These things that mean so much to me, the connection with the natural world, to be able to share that with friends, to be able to share that with my mastermind family, to be able to share that with my second family, is just, I don't even know how I got to lead this life. I don't, it's just magical and mystical, and my gratitude is absolutely huge for this life I get to lead. And I know that people watching this video, we've got a lot of people that have enormously successful businesses. That's the thing about this channel is crazy. We've got these immensely successful entrepreneurs, and I know I also have a lot of people that are just wondering if it's possible for both. And I think Napoleon Hill said, if you can think it and believe it, then you can achieve it. And I think if you can think it and believe it and turn it into a goal that you write down and then you focus on, and then you commit to continually taking those small baby steps, to putting one foot in front of the other, to constantly be making progress, to forget about comparing yourself to others, but compare yourself to your past self, and just keep on moving forward, then I think those results start to become inevitable. And this has happened for me, and this has happened for many of my students. And as I look around my mastermind, I'm just about to come into lunch here. As I look around at this group, I see these crazy, ridiculous, amazing stories of one person after another who dared to dream, who dared to dream big and think big, and then created real plans around that. And the plans are never going to be perfect. The plans are you're never going to hit to the plan. The plan will be wrong, but they create the plan, they create the goal, the plan, and then they understand that it's inevitable that there will be pivots every step of the way, and things will change, and they won't look like how you initially conceived of them. But as long as you maintain that focus on where you're going, what your goals are, then those goals become inevitable. And that's how I start off with these goals that seem absolutely huge, and in 3 years, hit almost all but one, and here we are, 28 years later, and I ticked off that last goal. I went battling in Central America, in Costa Rica, on the Quarry River, and not only went paddling, but got to bring my friends, my mastermind, my second family with me. What a life. You could have this life too. Just set those goals, put one foot in front of the other, and the results become inevitable. So, I'm Jeff Walker. Wherever you're watching this, scroll down, leave a comment for me, do all the things, the clicks, the likes, and let's go get them this week.